So congratulations on the movie.
Thanks.
I laughed so much.
It's hilarious.
It's so funny.
Yeah.
What was it like getting into your character for this movie?
It was just kind of fun. I mean, it wasn't, I mean, the character is, it's hard to like talk about the character without giving away some key plot points. But it's just a blast, because it's for my part, with the action stuff like that, it's a pretty straightforward, hard-charging, earnest guy. Like it is that sort of, not cliche, but he's the spy guy, and basically knows how to do everything perfectly and knows how to snap necks and shoot guns and all that. And I loved how they just quickly kind of hand it over to the girls who don't know how to do any of that and sort of, spend the next hour and a half kind of getting extremely good at what they do, which I like.
Speaking of your action scenes, did you get to do any of your own stunts? Or
Yeah. I got to
which
do a
was your
lot of them.
favorite?
My favorite one, just because of the kaboom of it all, was the one sort of in the opening of the movie where it basically just, I sort of put some C4 in a microwave and the whole place blows up. And that's just a really fun, because you really kind of get one crack at that, like where they sort of load up all these explosives around you. There's a million cameras, and then there's just this sort of walk out of the thing, and then everything just explodes behind you. And for the most part, it was like a very practical. I don't think they added any special effects or anything. Like they did a lot of very just practical stuff. There was no sweetening it with CGI or any of that. So our stunt coordinator was fabulous on all that.
Yeah. You said you were more of a secondary character to the girls.
Yeah.
So what exactly drew you to the project?
I think it was that thing I was discussing earlier, which is like any time, like when you see like a James Bond movie or a Bourne movie, they're obviously great films, but there's a certain amount of jeopardy that's taken out of them by the fact that that these people are so good at what they do, and there's kind of not the expectation that they're going to die, or they might come very, very close to death but then not die. Whereas when you have two women who are not good at what they do, who are basically being put in the exact same situations as these spies essentially would be, the jeopardy weirdly goes up, and because it's so funny, obviously, that was a huge draw too. But I kind of liked, it's a weirdly more tense in a way to see two people who are bad at something having to get out of sort of different scrapes, if that makes any sense.
So do you think fans of like more Bourne-style films, do you think they'll enjoy this?
100%.
Okay.
Without question. Yeah.
And what was it like working with director Susanna Fogel?
She's fabulous. I mean, she's like great. I mean, there was just, she understood. I mean, the script was obviously very funny and very good. She knew how to elevate it with the direction and create action that was, I think the expectation when you're doing a comedy is to kind of, you think like, what, we'll do all the really funny stuff. That's what's important, make it funny. And then traditionally it's usually like, but in the action, we'll do enough to get by, but let's keep the focus on the funny. She understood that if you can do both really well at the same time, you'll have a very good kind of summery, popcorny action movie, and you'll also have something that's hilarious, And so she did both those beautifully.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I look forward to bringing all my friends.
Oh, good. I'm glad.